Hello everyone. So in our last video we have read Mtet paper 1 child development in pedagogy, that is which subtopic we have. Alright, so unit 1's what we have read. We have read this topic, alright, this one, concept of development. So here again from unit 1 we shall deal with development is a continuous and a lifelong process. Alright, so this second point we shall deal in this video. So let's quickly go there. Right, so alright, this one. So development is a continuous and a lifelong process. So see, this is what we have already seen, right? The development goes from womb to tomb, right? It goes from womb to tomb. That's why development is known as the lifelong process. So development is a continuous and a lifelong process. Why? Because it involves ongoing growth, learning and adaptations throughout a person's entire life. So what do we do as we grow? We grow physically, emotionally, mentally, right? Then socially. And what do? We learn. As we grow, we keep on learning. And what do? We adapt ourselves to the changing environment. The process of development goes from womb to tomb. This you have to remember. Alright, I think this womb to tomb term was given by Stanley Hall. Alright, so do remember this. Alright, you have to remember this. Now development is a continuous and a lifelong process because it involves, what does development involve? It involves physical, cognitive, emotional and social growth. See, from the very first or second slide only we have been looking on and on that development means growth in all the spheres or area of life, right? Be it physical, emotional, cognitive or social development, right? So it is an ongoing journey. So see, development is a journey, right? We develop every day, we develop, right? So acquiring new skills, we acquire new skills, then we acquire new knowledge, then we acquire new experiences as individuals navigate through various life stages and changing contexts. So we know that development is a lifelong process, in short. So here are some important definitions of development as a continuous process given by different educationists. So here first of all we have Maria Montessori. So what she said? So Maria Montessori said that an influential educationist, she was an influential educationist. She saw development as a continuous process of self-construction and self-discipline. So these two terms are very important here, self-construction and self-discipline. So what Maria Montessori said is that self-construction of oneself, self-construction is one of the form of development, right? So form of development and also self-discipline. So as we develop, what do? We construct ourselves, we build ourselves, right? And we inculcate certain disciplines in ourselves, right? Montessori education emphasizes on what? Providing a prepared environment and materials that cater to the individual's needs and interests. Through freedom of choice and purposeful activities, what happens? Children engage in what? In self-directed learning and continuously develop their cognitive, social and emotional capacities. This is what Maria Montessori believes, right? Now next we have John Dewey. So John Dewey is a very important name, friends. Do remember, right? So John Dewey believed that development is a continuous and experiential process that occurs through active engagement with the environment. So he believes that when we are actively engaged with the environment, what happens? Through our continuous and experiential activities, what do? We develop, right? According to Dewey, learning is not separate from life. So he says that learning and life are not two different things, but rather an integral part of it. All right. So learning and life goes hand in hand. He advocated for hands-on, inquiry-based learning experiences that promote ongoing growth and development of practical skills. So what he believes is that uh, hands-on training or hands-on learning plays a very vital role in shaping our area of development. So this is what we as teachers also do in school, right? So we should always believe in teaching our children not through lectures or lessons only, but by involving them, by organizing different hands-on trainings, hands-on activities, by involving the learner in the very area of learning or the environment, right? Then let us see the next slide, what we have. So Vygotsky's definition again we have here. So Vygotsky, a prominent educationist, viewed development as a continuous process influenced by social interaction and cultural context. So this is the repetition of what we have already seen in our previous video, right? So Vygotsky always believes in social interaction. So once we interact socially with the environment and the people in it and our cultural context, we develop. All right. So according to Vygotsky, learning occurs through collaborative activities and the guidance of more knowledgeable individuals, leading to the continuous advancement of cognitive abilities. See, in our environment we have different types of individuals, right? We have our grandparents, our parents, our teachers, elders. So from each and every one of them, what we do is that we learn and build our cognitive abilities, right? Then so Vygotsky is done. Now we shall see Jean Piaget. So Jean Piaget again, another influential educationist, emphasized the concept of development as a continuous process of cognitive adaptation. So he pays more attention to cognitive means mental adaptations or mental abilities. So Piaget proposed that individuals actively construct knowledge through their interaction with the environment. See, so what Piaget believes is that we construct knowledge ourselves, right? So suppose if a child sees what example shall I give? Like suppose if a child sees a fire, right? Fire. Suppose stove is burning. So first of all, the child will not know that it is warm. He should not touch it. Then once he touched the stove, he can feel the heat, right? It's heat, it's hot. So next time what the child will do, whenever he sees that stove, he will not go near to the stove. Why? Because he has already constructed the knowledge that if I touch that particular stuff, what happens? My hand gets burned, or I feel uneasy, or my hands gets irritated, which means that he has already constructed the knowledge that so and so is a bad thing for me. So next time he will be prepared that he should not go near the fire. So this is just a simple example, right? So you can bring out lots and lots of examples for this. So he identifies distinct stages of development, but also recognize that cognitive growth is an ongoing process of assimilation and accommodation. So he also said that, see, this one I think when we study about Jean Piaget we will learn in detail, but always remember these terms are very important: assimilation, accommodation, and these terms are used by Jean Piaget. You remember this. So when we discuss about his theory, we shall discuss these words assimilation and accommodation. As of now, only this much in this slide, right? Then let's see next what we have. All right, so I think this is the end of this video. So the previous slide, that is this slide, was the second subtopic of understanding development, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So let me go back. All right, here. So Understanding, yes, understanding development. The first one, concept of development, we have already done in the previous video, and in this video we have learned about development is a continuous and a lifelong process which goes from womb to tomb, right? So in the next class we shall see stages of development with respect from infancy to childhood stage. So how do we as individuals develop from our infancy to our childhood stage, that we will be learning in the next video. So this is all in this video. Thank you everyone for being here.